Hi, I'm Heather Haley, coming to you live from McCormick Place here at GBTA Convention 2019 in Chicago. And I'm really excited today to have with me my good friend, James Filsinger from Yapta. Welcome back to our studio.
Thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
It's always great when we get to sit down and talk. I feel like,
It is.
I think last year when we were together, we were talking about AI, and it's always a hot topic. So
Yep.
I want to kind of pick your brain about it again.
Sure.
And you know,
sure.
let's talk about why it really should be something that we continue to discuss.
Yeah, so I think probably the first thing we should do is kind of talk about what travel AI, or what AI is, right?
That's
'Cause
important. Let's step back.
Yeah, we have to level set, right? Because people throw it around as a term, as a buzzword in the industry. There's really kind of three levels of AI. There's strong AI, which is really trying to get computers to think just like humans, right? And we're nowhere near that yet. I mean, you think about movies, you think about things like Ex Machina or even C-3PO in Star Wars, right? That's the kind of stuff we're talking about with AI. So that's one level, right? That's super far down the road. Next level of AI is kind of weak AI, which is where you try to get computers to behave as a human without kind of human reasoning. And so an example of that was like years ago, IBM developed, I think it was Deep Blue, where it taught it how to play chess, right? So it knew how to move the pieces and play chess, but it didn't reason like a human. And then the third category, which is where a lot of the effort is right now, is really kind of around using human reasoning as a guide to then have the computers learn kind of independently or with as little programming as possible. And so you take machine learning, again, teaching the computer to learn itself to then build better products and services. And that's kind of where we are today. A lot of the focus is in that area. But so that's kind of level setting. But the real reason we need to pay attention to it is it takes a lot of computer horsepower to process all of this data, right? And to figure out what to do with it. And so in years past, the investment required for that computational horsepower just really wasn't feasible. It wasn't economically feasible. So today, you know, we can now scale and we can buy computer horsepower for reasonable prices. So that's kind of the first reason. We finally have the horsepower to be able to address it. The second is, you know, the idea behind artificial intelligence is that you want something to behave as a human, right? And to have a personal experience with it. Travel is super personal. Business travel, whether it's personal or business, it's a very personal experience. So it's ripe for artificial intelligence to try to convey to me that personal experience, right? And so I think now with, like I said, with the horsepower and with the data that's out there, we have the opportunity to leverage that. And then lastly, I'd just say that we have to embrace it because artificial intelligence is coming, and it's going to be here.
Like we've been talking about it, right? It's
That's
here.
Right. That's right.
So really quickly then, what do you think the most important piece of AI is then?
Yeah, I think so. It's getting that machine learning to then provide real answers and tailored answers for the end user, whoever that might be. So, like in our case, you know, we announced yesterday for Travel AI Hotel 2.0, right? And
congratulations.
Thank you. And so we're using machine learning to move our solution from predictive analytics, which is kind of saying what could happen, to prescriptive analytics, which is really about what's the best course of action you can take. So,
which is what we really need to see,
yeah,
right? That's really where the impact
because
can
we
be.
have so much data in our industry that anybody, you know, it would take hours and hours and hours and days and weeks to cull through that to try to figure out what's the answer, right? Well, we're doing that on behalf of our customers by giving them, you know, the actions that they need to take to improve their travel program right through our interface, and doing all the heavy lifting in the background so that they don't have to cull through spreadsheets and all kinds of data and charts and graphs.
Which, when we talk from a time perspective and like where we need to be focusing our time, it's so important.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It is. Yeah, we're all super busy, and we just don't have the time. And plus, it can be overwhelming when you first get a set of data in front of you, and you're like, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do with this. So,
exactly.
So we want to be able to tell them what to do with it.
Well,
so,
as always, it's such a pleasure. Thanks for being with me again.
Sure.
Thanks for tuning in. I'm Heather Haley here at GBTA Convention 2019. Thank you.